Hello everyone and welcome to the MBA route concepts to campus. This is Amay here, and as the name suggests that we are going to cover every single concept that you will be requiring for your MBA entrance exam, as well as I will be showing some snippets of my MBA life of the college which I am going to join. So let's get started. So we'll be starting with a topic which is present in almost every single examination, that is ratios and proportion. So let's get started. So what is a ratio? So ratio is basically a way to compare two values. What is it? A way to compare two values, or let's say quantities. Okay, let's take the example of a classroom. Say the strength of the classroom is 150. There are 150 students, and the segregation of boys to girls would be, let's say, that is 80 and 70. So, so ratio is usually written in the form of A is to B or A by B. Okay. So what would the ratio of boys to girls? It would be 80 is to 70, or it would be 80 by 70. So this is basically the ratio, and there is another term that is reduced ratio. So the reduced ratio would be 8 by 7. As we can see, we cannot further reduce this. So we can also write it as 8 is to 7. Let's say there are two ratios. Let's say there are two classrooms. There are two classrooms. This is class 1. This is class 2. Okay. And the ratio of boys to girls in class 1 is, let's say, the same, 80 is to 70, right? And the ratio of boys to girls in classroom 2 would be 40 is to 35. Okay, these are the two examples. Now, if I reduce both of these, okay, if I reduce both of these, so this would be 8 is to 7, and this would be, it would be 5 sevens are and 5 eights. So this would be also 8 is to 7. So from here we can conclude that 80 by 70 is in proportion with 40 by 35. A shortcut to do this is, let's say, the two ratios A by B, which is equal to, obviously in proportion to C by D. Now, if the numbers are complex and you cannot reduce it, just cross multiply them and you would get AD is equal to BC. If this condition satisfies, then the two ratios are in proportion. Now, let's move on to the questions. So, basically, my format of teaching is that I would be taking questions in exam. The questions will be segregated by exams. So basically, first we'll do CET, then there will be SNAP and MAT, and then at the end will be CAT and XAT level questions. Okay, so let's get started. So here is the first question. The perimeter of a rectangular field is 360 centimeters. Okay, perimeter to 360 centimeters. Okay, and as we know, perimeter of a rectangle is sum of all sides. This is length, this is breadth, and the perimeter is equal to 2 into length plus breadth, right? So let's read the question further. Its length and breadth are in ratio 7 is to 2. Okay, its length and breadth are in 7 is to 2. Okay, so length by breadth is 7 by 2. Okay, so length. Okay, so this ratio can be the original values, as in the earlier example I discussed that the boys to girls ratio is 80 to 7. This can be real values and this can be the reduced ratio. And as we know, the reduced ratio of this was 8 to 7. So if we want to get the original values, we have a common multiplier here, 10. That is, if I multiply this by 10 and if I multiply by 10, I will get the original values. So from now on, we would be considering a common uh, multiplier, which is k. Let's say k. Okay. So if I directly put these values here, say these are original values, and I directly put this, so 2 into 7 plus 2, that is 18. Okay, that is not possible. This is not matching. So obviously these are the reduced values. Okay. So let's say length is equal to 7k and breadth is equal to 2k. Okay, breadth is equal to 2k. So perimeter would be 2 into length is 7k plus 2k, which is equal to the perimeter, that is 360. Okay, this 360. Now just simplify this. This is 2 1 and this is 180. Okay, this would be 9k is equal to 180. K is equal to 20. So the common multiple is 20. Now what we have to calculate the area of the rectangle. So area is basically is length into breadth. Okay, that would be 7k into 2k, that is 14k square, which is equal to 14 into k square is 20 square, and on further calculation we will get the answer, that is 14 into 400. You can calculate this and get the answer. Let's move on to the next question. An amount of 1,27,990 is to be distributed among Sonu, Monu, Golu in respective ratio of 2:1:7. So here we have three values which are being compared. So ratio is not always A is to B. It can be A is to B is to C is to D, as many values you want. Okay. So what will differentiate Golu and Monu's ratio? Okay. So we know total to 127,990. Okay, that is 127,990. And the ratio of Sonu, Monu, Gul is 2 is to 1 is to 7, right? And obviously these are the reduced values, so let's take a common multiple k. This, so total would be 2k plus k plus, that is 7. This would be 10k. Okay, 10k, which is in turn equal to 127,990. Okay. So from here we get the value of k, that is k is equal to 127,990. This is the value of k. So we have to find a difference between Golu and Monu. Difference of Golu and Monu. This would be 7k. So obviously the difference between this would be 6k. So 6k is equal to 127,990 into 6. We can calculate this, and by calculating this, we would be getting 76794. This is our final answer. Next question. The ratio of number of girls and boys participating in a sports of a school is 1:5. So girls and boys participating is 1:5. The number of girls is 193. Number of girls is 193. Again the same step, that let's take a common multiplier k, and obviously total girls will be 1, k is equal to 193. So k's value is 193. Find the number of boys participating in the sports. That would be 193 into 5. This would be 15. This would be 45, 6, 4, and 965. So the final answer is 965. A very easy question. Arun and Varun together have rupees 1210. If 4/5 of Arun's amount is equal to 2/5 of Varun's amount, how much does this is sorry, this is not B, this is how much does Varun have? Okay, how much does Varun have? So 4/5 of Arun's amount. 4/5 of Arun. So this is a different question. So 4/5 of Arun's amount. So basically we know 4/5. Let's take the variable A for Arun is equal to 2/5. Sorry, this is 15 of Varun's amount. Okay, so this is 5 1 the 5 3. I basically reduced it. So we can get the ratio here as B by A. I bring A here and 2 down, so that would be 4/6, which is on reducing, which should be 2/3. You know that is 2/3. The total would be the total of Varun plus Arun would be 2k plus 3k, again taking the common multiple, is 5k, which is equal to 1210. This is 5 1 za, this is 5 2 za, 4 za, and again 2. This k is equal to 242. Okay. And we have to find out Varun's amount. So Varun's variable is 2k, so 2k is equal to 484. That is your final answer. A sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C, D in proportion of 5:2:4:3. A, B, C, D. Here the ratio is comparing 4 quantities. If C gets 1000 more than D, what is B's share? A good question. So let's note down the data first. It is 5:2:4:3. Okay, 5:2:4:3. Okay, and we know that if C gets 1000 more than D, so basically let's take the common multiple k. This is 5k, this is 2k, this is 4k, and this is 3k. And we know that C gets 1000 more than D. That is, the difference between the two is 1000. And 4k, basically 4k minus 3k is equal to k is equal to 1000. Okay. What is B's share? B is 2k. So 2k is equal to 2000. A very easy question. Move to the sixth question. Two numbers are in ratio 3:5. Let's take the two numbers B, A and B. They are in ratio 3:5. If 9 is subtracted from each, the new numbers are in ratio 12:23. A good question. Again, the first step in ratio should be taking a common multiple. So this is 3k, this is 5k. Okay, and 9 is subtracted from each. This is 3k minus 9. Okay. And ratio can be, this can also be written as 12/23. So 3k by 5k minus 9. That is 12/3. Now we know these are in proportion, and as I have told you, a way to find out if two ratios are in proportion is to cross multiply. This AD, that is, we have to put AD is equal to BC. Same we would be doing here. That is 23 to 3k minus 9. It should be equal to 12 into 5k minus 9. This would be 69k minus 23 into 9, that is 207, and 12 by the 60k minus 108. Okay. That would be 9k is equal to it would be 99. So K would be 11. K is 11. And smallest number between the two is obviously A. So the final answer would be 3K is equal to 33. So now coming towards the seventh question, we have here that in a bag there are coins of 25 paise, 10 paise, and 5 paise in ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. If there is rupees 30 in all, how many 5 paise coins are there? So this is a different question, and I would like to teach you a concept here. So basically, every coin has a denomination. That is the value of the coin, and there is quantity. Okay, so let's say I have a 5 rupee coin. So my quantity would be 1 and denomination would be 5. Let's say I have 30 10 rupees coin. So my quantity would be 30 and denomination would be 10. Basically, you understand that this is the value of the coin. And if I want to have that, how much total money I have, this total, that would be just multiplication of both of these. There should be that 5 rupees here and it would be 300 rupees here. So we have to use the same concept in this question. Okay, so let's look at the question again. So in a bag there are coins of 25 paise. 25 paise is a denomination. 10 paise again a denomination. And 5 paise, this is also a denomination. In ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3. 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, this is the quantity. And these are the denomination. Okay, so let's write all the denomination first. So denomination by D, quantity by Q, okay, and total by T. Okay, so we have 25 paise, 10 paise, 5 paise. These are in ratio 1 is, and this is a reduced ratio. So common multiplier K. So 1K of these coins, 1K, 2K of 10 paisa coins, and 3K of 5 paisa coins. So total would be 25K, this would be 20K, and this would be 15K. And the total money in the bag would be the addition of all the 3 points. Okay, so that would be, this would be 45K plus 15K, which is 60K. Okay, so the total money we have is 60K, which is in paisa. Remember that the values given are in paisa, so we have to convert rupees to paisa. Okay, and rupees to paisa, how is it converted? Just multiply it by 100. So total would be 30 into 100. Okay, 30 into 100. So let's simplify this. This would be 1 za, 31 za, 32 za. This would be 2 1 za. This would be 50. So K's value is 50. That is the common multiplier, and this is in paisa. Remember, this is in paisa. No, this is not in paisa. Sorry, this is the quantity here. Okay, this is the quantity. My bad. This is the quantity here. Okay. So how many 5 paisa coins are there? So 5 paisa coins are 3K. So 3K is equal to 3 into 50, which would be 150. This is a different type of question, but a very easy. Always remember that coins have denomination and quantity. Just multiply them and you would get the total. Okay, let's move on to the next question. A very simple question. Just the quantity given here is in point, and this symbol represents that the two ratio, that this ratio and this ratio are in proportion. Okay, so 0.75 upon x, both are in proportion, so is equal to, that is 5 by 8. Okay, so uh, as we know that point 0.1 can be written as 1 by 10. So 0.75 can be written as 75 by 100. Okay. So let's write it that way. So that is 75 by 100 into x. That would be 5 by 8. Okay. Let's simplify this. So 25 threes are 25 fours are 4 ones are 4 twos are. Okay. So x would be 6. It is 3 into 2, 6 by 5. And further you can solve this or keep it as it is, as this would be equal to 1.2, or you can keep it as it is based on the options available. Okay. So moving towards the ninth question, the sum of three numbers is 98. Let the three numbers be a plus b plus c equal to 98. Okay. The ratio of first to second. This is the first, this is the second, so a by b is equal to 2 by 3. And similarly, the ratio of second to third is 5 by 8. So B by C is 5 by 8. Okay. Now remember this, that these two ratios are different. So they will have different multiplying factor. So let's take P for this, let's take Q for this. So A would be 2P, P would be 3P, and 5Q. C would be 8Q. Okay. So from here we know that 3P is equal to 5Q, as both represent the same number. So 3P is equal to 5Q. So P by Q is equal to 5 by 3. Now here we have a ratio again. So let's take a multiplying factor again, that is K. So P is equal to 5K and Q is equal to 3K. Okay, we have this value, just substitute it here and we would get A is equal to 10K, B is equal to, that is 15K, and C is equal to 24K. And adding all this, A plus B plus C, 10K plus 15K plus 24K, that is 49K, which is equal to 98. For K is equal to 2. We have the common multiplier as 2. So we have to find the second number, that is B. Just substitute this here. Okay. So B is equal to 30. A very good question. I'll teach you a shortcut for this. Okay. I'll teach you a shortcut for this. Instead of doing all these things, taking three multiplying factors and getting confused, I'll teach you a very easy shortcut for this. Okay. So let me erase this first. Okay. Thank you for waiting. So shortcut for this. Okay. We write the ratios as it is, that A by B equal to 2 by 3. Okay. And B by C is equal to 5 by 8. Okay. So as we know, this value is common in both the ratios. If we can somehow make this and this equal, then we would have two ratios with same multiplying factor. Okay. Let's take an example as let's take a variable as x by y is equal to 1 by 2, and let's take another variable z. So y by z is equal to, let's say, 4 by 6. I've just taken random values. Okay. Now I know that the y is common in both the ratios. So if I can somehow make 2 equal to 4, these both ratios will have a common uh, multiplying factor. So to make 2 4, I have to multiply both up and down by 2. So then x by y would be 2 by 4 and y by z would be 4 by 6. Now from here we can get that x is to y is to z, to 2 is to 4 is to 6, right? The same thing we are going to apply. So 5 and 3, we have to make 5 and 3 equal. Just multiply both of them. So 5 into 3 is equal to 50. So to make both equal, I have to make 3 15 and 5 15. So just multiply this by 5 and multiply this by 3. This is basically a concept of LCM, which I would be teaching you in the further videos. Till then, just remember that whenever you face a question like this, just multiply both the values. Okay, you would get a value which would get you an answer. Okay, so the new A by B ratio would be 10 by 15, and B by C would be 15 by 24. Now we have A is to B is to C as 10 is to 15 is to 24. And from here you can easily solve by taking a common multiple k, as this would again add up to 49k equal to 98, and rest all is like the same method I taught earlier. Okay, moving towards the last question of this video. In a mixture of 60 liters, the ratio of milk and water is 2 is to 1. Okay, so 60 liters, there is milk, there is water, which is in ratio 2 is to 1. I'll directly assume the common multiplication factor k here, and this would be 1k, it will be 3k. Now this 3k should be equal to 60 liters, right? So k should be 20. Now we know that the milk is 40 liters, water is 20 liters. We have to make this ratio 1 is to 2. If this ratio is to be 1 is to 2, then the quantity of water further. So we are going to add water to make this ratio 1 is to 2. So 40 upon 20, which is water. We are going to add some water, which is x, which is equal to 1 is to 2. So on solving this, we'll directly get that x is equal to 60. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something from this video. Do like, do share and subscribe, as this will motivate me to bring such amazing content further. Thank you.